was the US dollar then. Let's regulate these like crypto exchanges as banks and see if they can pass muster.
Right.
They can't, and they don't want to. They would be terrified of that because they can't do it. The way that so our banking system has rules. The two most important ones are KYC and AML, know your customer, and anti-money laundering. The banks, when you get an account, you have to fill out all this paperwork, and they really need to know who it is that they're loaning the money to or facilitating opening the account for. Criminals don't like that, right? They don't really want to put their name and their address and like all their personal information on this database that the government is going to have some. So the advocates will say, yeah, it's about, freedom and censorship resistance. And I'm like, it's a lot of criminal activity.
How is Bitcoin both a fake asset that has no fundamental value, but it's also an evil asset that Al-Qaeda and evil terror or drug organizations use to get paid? So does it have an inherent value or not?
Yeah, its value is crime. Yeah, the value is sort of speculation, I guess you could say, but you can gamble on anything.
But isn't that a use case? That,
it is.
Hey, send me the...
It is, and we have to ask ourselves as a society, is that what we want? Like, do we want... I know the regulated system sucks. I get it, and we can talk about ways to fix that, and I'm all for it. But like, if 90% of the so there's a gambling element, which is just like retail traders like buying and selling it.
Yes.
Not necessarily the worst thing in the world, although maybe it should be marketed more explicitly as gambling and not push dudes all the frickin' time. You watch sports these days, and now it's not crypto companies as much. And
now it's gambling.
It's all
sports
gambling and prediction markets, which are a similar thing. But we should ask, like, if outside of the gambling, it's 90% crime and 10% positive social purpose, and that 10% might be generous. Should it exist? Is this a good thing for the world?
What are NFTs, and what's the dumbest one you've seen?
Oh man, I don't know. The dumbest one?
Dumbest
that
one.
Seems
I mean, up there was Bored Ape. That was pretty...
Bored Ape was the dumbest in the sense that it was like, that was what people hated the most for, right? It was like one of the most. And they had these like hilarious videos of like, they tried to throw like concerts and stuff. So an NFT is basically like nothing. It's like a...
non-fungible token.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Lost in the nothing. It's a link to a receipt for a JPEG. It's like, oh, hey, because like, how do you
It's got to be more. It's got to be more than that. Really?
Promise you. That's why, look, what are they worth now? Nothing.
I don't want to look into it.
Literally nothing. Like, I don't know. Like,
but it for real is just a link to a receipt
for a JPEG. I mean, I'm exaggerating it could be a link to a receipt for anything, but like, how do you create scarcity in a world of digital assets? You kind of can't. I mean, to some degree, like, someone bought an NFT, I'll just like, click screen share that and just like post that on my account instead.